Welcome back to Treat Yourself. So we're here today with Laurie, your host of Treat Yourself and the owner of Venus Beauty and Wellness. Thanks for having us today here, Laurie.
Thanks for being here.
Well, you go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you're going to do today.
Sure. So I'm going to be treating clients' underarms today with my laser. And basically what we're going to do is use the laser and do a treatment to get rid of her unwanted underarm hair.
Amazing. Now, can you tell us how many treatments does a client need?
So for example, underarms typically takes about 3 to 5 sessions. It's best if they're booked every 2 months. And she can expect to need anywhere from 3 to 5 treatments in total.
Oh, perfect. Are there any clients that you can't do treatments on?
Yeah, so with the laser, it doesn't work well on people with light hair, like gray or really, really light blonde. Even some red hair doesn't have enough pigment in it for the laser to pick it up, so I can't treat some of them as well.
What about tattoos?
So I can't go over tattoos because my laser could potentially burn the tattoo. There are actual lasers that will remove tattoos for clients. It's just not mine.
Fair enough. So those clients that can't receive that type of treatment, are there other options for other types of treatments to remove hair?
Yeah, absolutely. So I also offer waxing and I offer electrolysis. Electrolysis is another means of permanent hair removal. It is a little bit slower, so I would only recommend it on smaller areas such as an upper lip, eyebrows, chins, and it is hair removal with an electrical current. I use a tiny little metal filament. It's inserted into the hair follicle and the hair comes out. It's just a little bit time consuming, as you can imagine, because you're doing one hair at a time, where the laser can cover a large area quite quickly.
For sure. Mm-hmm. So is there anything that should be avoided before or after a treatment?
So obviously I wouldn't want you to wax an area prior to having it done. I do need to have the hair within the skin, but otherwise no sun in the area to be treated because I don't want to have any excess pigment like a tan. So it's best if the skin is just clean, shaven if possible, and the hair is actually within the skin. For sure.
I'm sure all the viewers are wondering, what is the cost for something this type of treatment?
Yeah, so it just depends on the area that you're having done. So the cost can vary. If it was a facial area, like an upper lip or chin, it could be from $25 to $50 per treatment, to a full leg, which could run up to $300 per session.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not a fan of pain. Does it hurt?
Well, I'm not a fan of pain either, and it is definitely uncomfortable. I don't like to lie to my clients and tell them that it's pain-free. I don't feel like it is. However, it is really fast. It feels kind of like a hot pinprick. It's very, very quick. So most of the time my clients can get through it quite easily. There is a numbing cream that they can use if they really don't tolerate pain well at all. But I do find that most clients don't use that and they get through it with no problem.
And how long does it last for? The treatment, like how long would it last for?
So to do an area like, let's say an underarm like we're going to do today is pretty quick. It can take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. And then you wouldn't need to come back for about 2 months to have it done again. And my laser has been tested to be permanent for up to 10 years.
Oh, wow.
With no major hormonal changes like pregnancy or menopause.
Okay, great. Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds great. Let's see how it works.
Sure. Okay, great. So I'm gonna get started with you, Taylor. So you can just relax, try to enjoy it as much as possible. All right. So we're gonna be treating Taylor's underarms today. Taylor, you can just put this arm up. Perfect. That's great. So the best thing is when there's a good contrast between the skin and the hair, and Taylor's got a great contrast between them both.
Perfect.
So Taylor, I'm just gonna have you slip these glasses on. And I do have a stress ball for you to hang onto as well if you want. And I'll get my glasses for after. So I'm just gonna clean the area first.
So how long does this normally take?
To do the treatment?
Right.
So it won't take too long, maybe 5 or 10 minutes at most.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna shave the hair down. The nice thing about the laser treatments is that you don't have to have any growth. The hair can actually be flush with the skin. So I'm going to shave the hair first, and then I've got a lint roller, not because she's got lint on her, because I'm gonna pick up the hairs with the lint roller, just so that there isn't any hair lying around on the aesthetic table after we're done. I find clients don't like to see their own hair afterwards when they get up. So I just keep it nice and clean.
Have you had this done before, Taylor?
I have.
Okay.
Just once.
Perfect. Okay, great. So now I'm just going to apply a little bit of ultrasound gel, and all this does is helps me to slide along the area easier. Perfect. Now we're going to get started. So I'm just going to put in a setting that I think is going to work well with Taylor's skin and her hair. And then we're just going to give it a try. How's that, Taylor?
It's perfect.
Great. So that looks great. What I want to see is a little tiny singed hair pop up. And once I get that, then I know it's working. And you'll also notice that you smell a burnt hair smell. It smells like burnt popcorn. That for some people is kind of an irritating smell. For me, it's a smell of a successful treatment. So I like that. So now I'm just gonna stretch the skin, and I'm just gonna go nice and gentle all along the area. And you can see as I do it, the little hairs pop up and singe, and that's a sign of a great treatment.
So what's the purpose of wearing the glasses?
Well, because it is an actual laser, so you don't want to have the light exposed directly to your eyes. So it's really just a safety feature. If I were to off fire at all with the laser, it could be damaging to your eyes. So we just want to be careful and not do that, and wear the eyewear just in case.
Can you describe what you're feeling, Taylor?
It's like little pins.
Some people say like a hot pinprick, sort of.
Oh, okay.
Or like an elastic band snapping on your skin.
I could imagine there's areas of the body that would be a little more painful than others. Is there any way to determine what is more painful?
Yeah, so everybody's pain tolerance is different depending on the person. For some people, I definitely find that between upper lip, underarm, bikini lines, those are all sort of the most sensitive areas. Now I do have a numbing cream that you could use if you don't have a high pain tolerance, but most people can get through it because it is such a quick service.
Right.
So even though it is uncomfortable, it's over quickly, and then well worth it in the end.
Very well worth it.
So I know we talked about this before. How long is the hair removal guaranteed for?
So my laser has been tested to be permanent for up to 10 years with no major hormonal changes like pregnancy or menopause. And I've had mine done for longer than that with no regrowth. The laser does get rid of about 95% of your hair, so you will still notice that you have approximately 5% of your original growth, but really that ends up being, maybe a few hairs in your underarms. That's great, so that side's all done.
Oh, wow.
Put that side down. Perfect.
Do you ask most clients to come in shaven, or is that something that is easier to?
It doesn't really matter to me. It is sometimes more convenient for them to go ahead and shave at home. So then I tell them that that's totally fine. They can do that. But if they don't have time or they're busy and they weren't able to, I'm always prepared to shave people here.
So I'm guessing that pulse sound is the laser firing. Is that correct?
It is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. So as it does that, then that just gives me the signal that I can move to the next spot, just so that I have full coverage and we hit every hair that's there. The ultrasound is also just so that I have a bit of a guide, so I also don't miss any areas. It's important to be as thorough as possible with the laser, just so that your clients don't come back with, obviously, with hair.
And you're able to make the adjustments on the machine for each client, so it's specific to that client.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the settings doesn't really mean a whole lot to the clients. It's really just to make sure that the hairs are singeing properly so that the clients get the best treatment.
Perfect.